Welcome back, Shalligators. Today we are going to talk about Aubrey O'Day's interesting week, what we can learn from it, namely how to be more authentic, how to own who you are, how to stop comparing yourself to everything you see on social media, and what social media, based on studies from a lot of doctors, actually is doing to us, what is positive about comparison, and of course, what's negative, and more than that, how to fix it and how to get back to a version of ourselves that we like and we're proud to show the world, no matter what size that comes in. But first, just want to remind you guys to follow me on Instagram. You guys weighed in on this topic, suggested it, and here we are, democracy in action. Also, if you would like a video shout out from me for a friend, find me on Cameo. And be sure to follow me on Infstream. It's a fun, sexy new platform where we're doing a bunch of story times. I have a story time coming up this week about my first Montana heartbreak and breakups in a small town because they are so much fun. Amazing. And then we're also going to be doing some other sexy tutorials. But today we're talking about Aubrey. Oh boy. I'm sure you've seen the picture. So Aubrey was a singer in this group, Danity Kane, that Puff Daddy put together like whatever, a long time ago. She hasn't done a ton since then. Like her and another chick from the group, Shannon, they tried to form this other electro group called Dumb Blonde. And I think they had some like success overseas. Like they had some songs on the dance chart. But by and large, Aubrey hasn't done a ton. She posts nonstop on Instagram, though. A lot of posts on Instagram. We're going to look at her Instagram later. Kinda, because Aubrey has blocked me. Girl, did you follow me, Aubrey? I didn't know that. You should have just DM'd me. I don't know. We could have. What is frustrating is like, when celebrities do that, it's like, I'm literally giving you advice for free. I am playing therapist to you. I'm not a therapist, but I could play one on TV. I could help you. Dump Tristan Thompson, be less of a whisper goose, stop editing your photos and embrace your authentic self. But if you just want to be like, la, 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 it's like, fine, I don't fucking care. So here's what's been going on with Aubrey. The paparazzi spotted her in San Diego this week looking not how we're used to seeing her. She appears to have gained a lot of weight to the point that people were like, not people, the journalists on the Daily Mail, when they first posted these, they're like, this is her. Like, that's how unrecognizable she was. They're like, here are the tattoos that match. Here are the dogs that match. Like, this is her, dude. And since then, it's become kind of a brouhaha. Aubrey spoke out about it, but like, not really. Okay, so this is what Aubrey had to say of these photos circulating. So Aubrey's 36, and she was spotted in this like, not a great outfit. This is not an outfit unless you have Bella Hadid's body. Like, this is a very hard outfit to pull off no matter what. So I feel for Aubrey on this. Like, this is not the look you want to get popped in. But anyway, like I said on Instagram, the issue is not Aubrey's gained weight. Who fucking cares? We all gain weight. I gain, you lose. We're as women, we are constant up and down. And you know my motto, we can catch a dick whenever we want. If that's what we're concerned about, we can always catch a dick. Let's not get ourselves twisted into a knot. We've done a lot of videos on body image around here. When Adele lost all that weight, we did a deep dive into like the body positivity movement and whether or not it's positive at all, because Adele was getting so much shit for this. It's like, don't love your body. Not like that, Adele. I get shit for that too. If I post something thirsty on Instagram just because I'm feeling myself that day and I like, hey, my ass is popping, why not? People like, oh, what a bad example you're setting. That I'm a strong person and I like myself? Oh my God. How dare a young woman see something like that? Ugh! What people shouldn't be seeing is someone who might look like this in real life, which is fine, great, but is posting stuff like this. Stuff like this alien avatar cartoon. This doesn't even look like a person in these photos, let alone like the person it's supposed to be, which is Aubrey O'Day. And her Instagram has been like this for years, because when I was the editor of Star, we would like to look at it because the photos were just so bananas. And I'm like, these are so over the top, like edited in Photoshop. They're like cartoons. And maybe that's like what she's going for, that sort of campy cartoon thing. But what always struck me is how exhausting it must be to keep this up. These photo shoots that, girl, no one's paying you to do these photo shoots. You're paying to do them. Like, you're not a professional model. That's okay. You don't have to be. You don't have to post these like avatar images, this like Salvador Dali fever dream Instagram post. You can just post your life. You can just post yourself. But maybe she can't post just her regular self. Maybe she doesn't feel good about herself. So that's what we're going to explore. So she posted this like weird proof of life photo. And, you know, my friends and I were talking about it. And it's like, this can't be her. And people were quick to say, girl, this photo is photoshopped also. Like the lines on the floor are wavy, things are wavy. Like this is also not an authentic photo. And they're like, how did she Photoshop this? I think maybe this was an old photo that she took and she Photoshopped the sign. I think she Photoshopped the sign into there. Like she was maybe holding something else, because that doesn't look like her hand. Zoom in. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like these would be her hands. I feel like she'd have like nails done or something. I'm not sure. Also, girl, you're not remodeling this room. This is just kind of a slobby room. I don't know. Maybe you are. But why would you take a photo in that room then? I have more than one room in my house, and I film in the one that's always clean. I'm not like in my guest bathroom like, hello from the bathtub. No. So her lawyers came out with a statement. Said, the photos came to the firm's attention last night, which is why legal action has not yet taken place. Aubrey's post speaks for itself. The person in the paparazzi photos is not the same person in the picture that Aubrey shared on Instagram. The photo has been altered in an unflattering manner. It's clear to see that there are noticeable differences between the two photos. Aubrey has shared an unedited photo to put this issue to bed quickly. While it appears that body shaming has become the norm, e.g. comments were made earlier this year about Jason Momoa and are frequently made about female celebrities. Jason Momoa? This is who you name drop in the conversation about body shaming? Jason Momoa. Not Adele, not Madison Beer, not literally any human female on Instagram. Jason Momoa. Okay. Aubrey will not tolerate it, nor will she allow others to manipulate her image. She's busy doing that herself, and finds it sad that this is a newsworthy topic given the current climate of the world. Let me tell you something. I was the editor of a magazine that was basically Daily Mail but in print, right? We were all competitors. We were all in the same genre. We didn't edit photos. Ever. The most we would ever do is turn up the contrast to like maybe make like someone's skin look not bad. Like that's, or it like if there was cellulite, we'd like turn up the contrast so it was more noticeable. That's it. We never, ever made thin people look fat. We didn't make fat people look thin. We didn't make black people look white, blah, blah, blah. We didn't do that. We didn't have time. That is the long and the short of it. Shit like that, to create this like fake version of fake fat Aubrey O'Day. First of all, what editor would be like, you know who we need to like make a fake photo of? Aubrey O'Day. Not Kamala Harris or something, or like Kylie Jenner. Nobody like, with all due respect, Aubrey, you're not super newsworthy. And like you said, there are more important topics in this climate. So vis-a-vis, let me pick apart your lawyer's own statement, because perhaps I am a better rhetorician than your lawyer. If that's your argument, there's better things to focus on. Exactly, girl. No one is making these photos up. They're real. And notice his language, the lawyer's language. I love language. You know I love this shit. The person in the paparazzi photos is not the same person in the picture that Aubrey shared on Instagram. That is an extremely roundabout, circuitous way of saying that's not Aubrey in those photos. Why wouldn't you just say that? Because it's not true. And we know that this is not true because he had to add a caveat. In that, the photo has been altered in an unflattering manner. No, it hasn't. Aubrey, this is what you look like, girl. And you look fine. If you're happy at this weight, great. If you're not, okay, that's fine also. Nobody says you have to be. And this is what's like pissed so many people off about the body positivity movement. It's only positive if you stay fat. That's what everyone says. It's like, if you have the audacity to lose weight or work out or say like, oh, my happy weight's actually 120, it's not 240, even though someone else's is, who cares? Like that, you're cut out of the community. So I don't believe in that. I believe do whatever you want. Be a hoe, be big, be small, be this, that, whatever. If you're happy with yourself, you are a better person in the world. You are. You're a better wife, girlfriend, barista to meet. Like, you are moving through the world in a positive, healthy, authentic way. And what's sad about this whole scandal is that I don't believe Aubrey is moving through the world in a healthy and authentic way, nor are a lot of us. And this video isn't about Aubrey. These celebrities, they're just the door. They're just the doorway that we walk through to get some enlightenment about topics that resonate with us, right? So, oh, man. Let's talk about how not to be fake on social media, how to embrace who we really are, warts and all, and not have to project this like flawless image on social media because we know how that gets us down. Let's talk about why we do fake shit on the internet. Why do we fake things on social media, right? We are pack animals. We talk about this all the time. Social inclusion needs are extremely important, and we want to sell ourselves as the most includable person. Include me in your friend group. Include me in your blue checkmark club. Include me in your company. Include me in this love. Include me in a relationship. Include me in the cool people thing, because being included means safety. From a caveman standpoint, if you had a group, you would probably survive the winter. You were on your own, you're a dead man. So we got that memo in a very deep level. We need to be included. But it has sort of like jumped the shark. We are now so focused on being included, our life is boiled down to capture versus experience. I reached this point. I remember my best friend from college saying this to me because we were at like a sorority reunion. And she's like, if you couldn't document the events that you went to on Instagram, if you couldn't photograph them, if you couldn't tell anyone about them, would you still want to go? No. The answer was no, not at all. I would pick events to go to based on how cool they were going to look on Instagram. You know, like what kind of flex is this going to be? What's the gift bag going to look like? What's the decor going to look like? Oh, this other event, like going to the symphony, I can't really photograph that. What's the point? You know, it's like a tree falling in the forest. Am I going to capture it or am I going to focus on experiencing it? I'm going to capture it. And it's hard because now this is what I do for a living and I have the obligation to like do things that look cool. But do I? Or do I have the obligation to do things that look authentic? Authentic. If you're doing things that are authentic to you, you are doing things that look cool. You're doing things that put a smile on your face, that light you up inside, that give you joy, and you have a fun caption, and you're excited, and you want to talk about it, and you want to share it. That shit is magnetic, and it comes through in an Instagram photo. It doesn't have to just be real life. But psychologists have deduced that there are some pros to the comparison that we do, namely motivation. I don't know if you guys have ever like tried to lose weight or get fit or something like that. It's much, much, much easier when you have like a buddy system, right? It's like, do you have your ankle weights on? Do you have your ankle weights on? You know, like it's very important for us to have some accountability. Comparison also helps keep us motivated. It's like, oh, she went to Thailand? You know what? I'm going to go to Thailand next year. I'm not going to buy these things. I'm going to empty my cart on Amazon. I'm going to start saving my money. I'm going to go to Thailand too. I want that dope vacation. And at first, the thing that's motivating you might just be optics. It might be a very surface level thing. It's like, I want a cool photo like that with an elephant. If you go to Thailand and you see elephants, you make sure they are ethical elephants, okay? Not the elephants themselves, you know. But this isn't like some weird circus show. It's a rescue organization. I don't want to see your fucking elephant pictures. So it might start out as like, I want to do something that looks cool. Like I am embarking on a fitness journey and I'm motivated by sharing that before and after mirror selfie. That's like in my mind. I'm like, you know what? That's what it's going to be. Or when I go to Jamaica in December again, I'm going to have a cool picture in a bikini on the beach and I'm going to feel good about myself. That's fine. That's fine. If that's what gets you out the door to the gym, if that's what empties your cart and makes you start saving money, so be it. Because the tipping point will occur. When you start chasing something that's truly authentic to you, that's really going to make your life and your spirit better, you're going to forget about the Insta aspect of it. You're going to be like, you know what? Working out makes me feel good. I feel good about myself. I have something to anchor my day. I feel good that I'm taking control of my finances. And yeah, when I go to Thailand, I'm going to share these photos, but I'm going to feel proud of myself that I focused and buckled down like this, right? And that's when we can use comparison in a positive way. But I think we all know that for the most part, comparison is not a good thing. Theodore Roosevelt, who's one of my personal heroes, he has impacted my life in a huge way. If you are interested in knowing more about him, read a book called The Cowboy President. It really kind of inspired me to move to Montana, and I just love him. Love him. He's a wonderful person. Anyway, Theodore Roosevelt said, "Comparison is the thief of joy." I think that's based on an old Confucius statement. Anyway, doesn't matter. A lot of people have said it. You've probably seen it on some wooden sign at TJ Maxx Home Goods. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where it came from. Comparison is the thief of joy. And gratitude, conversely, turns what we have into enough. We're going to talk about gratitude in a minute. But let's talk right now about how to stop the comparison. Because that comparison that we do online when we're scrolling through Insta is what makes us pull out the fake shit. It's what Aubrey O'Days us, right? Where we feel like we have to create this sense of who we are, this commercial and this persona. And look, to a degree, we do. One of the services I offer, if you guys would like it, you can go to my website, shallonlester.com. You can book an Instagram review session with me. I will go through your Instagram and I will give you my honest feedback, sort of like a little consultancy thing. Because if you're going to have an Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you have basically made a commercial for yourself. I don't know very many commercials on TV that are messy and chaotic. They might not be funny, but they're not like, oh, the Kia, it's kind of stupid. I don't know. Buy it if you want. It kind of falls apart. I think it's made of paper. No, they're like the Kia Nightlander, Kia Rio, rah, Kia's awesome. Kias are not awesome, but they're selling it like it is. If you're going to have a commercial, you better be sure it's sending the right message. Positive, upbeat. Everybody wants to be around me. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm living a life you want to envy. But that can be a really slippery slope. And I think one thing Aubrey did is she painted herself into this version, of herself. She painted herself into this sexy corner where that was her role in the band. Like she was like the sex pot. And then she had a very difficult time subsequently. And do you remember like she had a show, what was it called? Like the Aubrey O'Day Project, something like that. Remember there was like this spate of shows where they just attached project to the end of any celebrity. The Ashley Simpson Project, the Wade Robson Project, the blah, 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 project. MTV's not very creative. I'm surprised my show wasn't called the Shallon Lester Project. Whatever. Yeah, like she had this show and it was like her trying to reconcile the fact that she in one scene, she's like, I'm not 100 pounds anymore. Like she was bigger, she'd gained weight, her body had changed. And that was very hard for her to accept. Like she didn't understand, she didn't have an identity outside of like the sexy pop star. And I think looking at her Instagram, I still don't think she's found who she is in some ways, you know? Like I look at that Instagram and I see someone who is very insecure. Very insecure. The filters, the Photoshop, the caption, it's all just so much. And I love a good glam, okay? You know, you see interviews with celebrities, like, when do you feel the sexiest? Like, when I, just after a workout, or when I don't have any makeup on out of the shower. Bitch, I feel the best when I am full hair, full face, beat on, Kardashian dress, I'm on a red carpet, I'm getting photographed, I'm like, I'm alive. But that's just me, you know? Like, some people do feel great when it's just a t-shirt. Cool, good for you. More makeup for me. But my point is, like, I'm not throwing stones at her like, Aubrey, like, I get it. I love a good glam, but like, this is sort of taken, there's a desperation to it. And I hate to say that, but I hate to say it, but I feel confident in saying it because of how she's reacted to this photo scandal and because of how she still photoshops herself. If she was like, no, I just love showing my body. I am fine with who I am. Well, no, you're not, because we've seen a picture of what you look like and you're very much not fine with it. Confidence is not, everyone's going to love me. They're going to love me. Everyone's going to think I'm hot. Confidence is, I'll be fine if they don't. That's what confidence is. It's this sort of emotional bulletproofness. It is warm-blooded. It is, I can craft this feeling from the inside out. The likes are nice. The compliments are nice. Getting laid is nice. But I don't need it to know who I am. I know who I am because I have friends. I have career goals. I have good family relationships. I give back and volunteer. I pursue my creative passions. I treat my body right and do what's good for me. And all of these things add up to a suit of armor against people throwing slings and arrows, against people simply photographing you and you're like, that is not my angle, right? Or simply against the reality of maybe where you are physically, maybe where you're at financially, maybe where you are romantically, where there's something going wrong in your life and you're like, this is not it. But just because I'm 20 pounds heavier than I want to be, I'm broke, I just got dumped, whatever it might be, I still have all these things in these other categories telling me of my value, telling me that I have worth outside of my relationship status, my bank balance, my weight. So that those three things can collapse, I still know who I am. I'm still a great friend. I still like to decorate cakes. I still volunteer at the food bank. My dog likes me. I make my bed every single day. It doesn't have to be huge things like, well, I colonize life on Saturn. It can be, but I make my bed every day. And when we latch onto these tiny little things, we give ourselves an out. We give ourselves an out of our cognitive dissonance of my body on the outside doesn't match how I feel on the inside. And therefore, I don't know what to put on social media because I feel like garbage. But I make my bed every day. Okay, I make my bed every day. I make my bed every day. What else can I add to that list to make myself feel good? Because saying I make my bed every day, it gives me just this little like dopamine hit. What else can I do? I recycle. Okay, what else can we do? I read a book a week. All right, now we're talking. Now we've got the ball rolling and we're adding, it's like a scale, right? When we're out of balance, like, I feel fat, we gotta weight it down on the other side. Everything you do is casting a vote for or against the person you want to be. And I try to get really granular like that. I'm trying to lose weight right now. I'm not happy with where my body is. I don't feel good about myself. I'm not saying if you're my weight, you're fat. No, I just know when I feel my best, that's it. So I'm trying to look at my decision making in terms of voting. Are those Twizzlers a vote for that bikini picture in Jamaica, or is it a vote against it? Maybe it's for. No, it's a vote against it. So why are you voting like that? Fine, I'll put them back. It just makes me pause and slow down a little bit. And there's other things we can do to stop that comparison loop and therefore stop the fake shit loop. Studies show that, again, comparison can be used in a positive way if you use it to kind of stalk yourself. Whenever I stalk like my boyfriend's ex or something like that, I restock myself. It's my favorite thing to do. It's sort of like my palate cleanser. I go back through my profile and I was like, still that bitch. And I look back on my own photos, and scientists say, doctors say this is actually a very positive thing because social media can work in your favor when you use it to stalk yourself and relive positive memories with people and happy moments, right? That's good. And again, that's what worries me about Aubrey, because she goes back through her social media and it's like, what positive moments? She doesn't have photos with friends. She doesn't have photos of travel. She only has these fake avatar things that she's going to look at and be like, I didn't look like that. I don't look like that. No one looks the way they do on social media. It's very, very, very important to remember, and this is another way to stop the comparison loop, that you are not responding to a person's life. You are responding to their social mask. What is a social mask? It is the suit we zip ourselves in that we think is going to get the most positive response from society. And why do we need that positive response from society? Social inclusion needs. The feeling of safety. That's why we want to be rich. Wealth is power. Wealth is inclusion. Wealth is safety. No one's going to kick me out of this group with this off-white outfit. No one's going to call me stupid if I'm in this Balenciaga drip. Right? It gives us some sort of social armor, and that's what we're all looking for. Ironically, though, you can build your own social armor, like we just spoke about. Here's another thing you can do. Take note, maybe even write it down, like you would do a food journal or something. Take note of a jealousy journal. Write a jealousy journal. What do you see in your feed that kicks up that need to fake, that need to filter, that Facetune trigger? Who is it? Is it a celebrity? Is it your best friend from high school who's married with kids and you feel single and like your life isn't going anywhere? What is it? Is it your family? Is it your best friends? Remove yourself from that bullshit. Remove yourself from that bullshit. I went on an unfollowing spree, drunk the other day because I had to be drunk because I'm too much of a chicken shit to just unfollow people sober and be like, I choose my choice. Boop. And I unfollowed like 600 people. And I was like, oh my God, people are going to notice. They're going to know that I unfollowed them. And I'm like, you're being crazy. Oh no, some did. And they texted me. They're like, did you unfollow me? And I'm like, yeah, I did. I did. Are you that pressed about it? Sounds like a you problem. You know? How did you even know? That's weird. But I had to do that and risk being disliked. I had to have the courage to be disliked in order to insulate myself from things that were not feeding me, because I realized looking at Instagram was giving me not a dopamine hit like it is functionally designed to do with this like slot machine thing. It was giving me anxiety. I'm going to open it. I hated it. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point of using this if it's going to leave me feeling worse and not better? So I unfollowed a ton of humans and followed a ton of dogs. I followed home things. I just needed something very restful to come up in my feed. I don't need to see pictures of like your kid in front of like the door for kindergarten. It's like, you have kids. I get it. Okay, fine. Like I'll refollow you in a year and see if, I don't know, maybe you taking over Tesla or something. I'm bored. And I'm okay. I'm allowed to be bored and I'm allowed to do what is like right and positive for me. So keep that jealousy journal for a little bit. Find your triggers and ameliorate them. Then keep a gratitude journal. Keep a gratitude journal. My friend Perry does this and she is like a queen of brain power. She really like is always looking for ways to use her brain and be her best self and level up. And it's really inspiring. She's like a walking self-help book and it's just like wonderful. And she does like, what does she call it? Most memorable moment of the day. Something like that. Like memorable moment of the day. It's like a one sentence, like, Shallon brought me flowers and then we ate cheese fries. That was the best moment of my day. Or a guy at the bar put his hand on my leg and I got butterflies in my tummy. That's it. You know, I saw a dog and we made eye contact and I got to pet it on its head. And it's just little things to make you reorient to the positive. And it sounds so silly. It sounds so live, laugh, love. Big shifts are made of little shifts. And little shifts, you know where they start? They start right here. They start with something silly. And usually the little things that we do to start feel embarrassing. That's when you know you're on the right track. Follow that embarrassment. Oh, this is stupid. No, I can't tell anybody I'm doing this. You don't have to tell anybody you're doing this. You can tell me. I'm going to be psyched for you. Tell it in the comments. In fact, start your own gratitude journal here in the comments. So start a gratitude journal here. Be positive. Let's like share. Let's help get the ball rolling. And like I said, things might feel embarrassing. That's okay. Going to the gym can feel embarrassing. It's like, I'm doing Zumba. I love Zumba. I do. I love it because I'm a basic and I love that little grapevine. You don't have to tell people about it. But if it's kicking up authenticity in you, if it's making you a little bit more bulletproof, if it's like creating that armor like you're some sort of X-Men, follow that. Every big thing that we do starts with small things, and every big dream that we have feels embarrassing. And what feels more embarrassing than saying, I've been super fake on social media? My last tip of how you can change this is to get a buddy. Get an accountability coach. A lot of influencers I know, hi Jamie, they have accountability coaches. It's like, hey, are you ready to send out those pitches tomorrow? I'm excited for it. And you're like, all right. It's like a mom or a wife or a professional nagger, which is very useful. Sit down with one of your friends, someone you trust, someone who's not judgmental, and be like, I feel like I've been fake on social media. Or maybe not fake on social media, I just don't feel like I've been authentic. I don't feel like I'm being authentic and I don't know what to do and I don't know how to stop it. So I need you, my bestie, I need you to help me remember my authenticity. So this is going to be annoying and weird and I'm embarrassed to say it. But when I need a pick-me-up, a boost, an ego boost, a pep talk, a compliment, I'm going to text you an emoji. I'm going to text you an otter emoji. Okay. And that's like the bat signal for like, I'm about to do something fake. I'm about to be inauthentic. I'm about to start lying and spiraling and cutting other people down or blowing myself up, whatever it might be. And I want you to give me some wisdom because I trust you, because you're an authentic person. You're a real person. You're not afraid to be who you are. And I admire that about you. Appeal to their vanity. You know, people love to feel like experts and they love to be asked questions. So if you can tap into that, be like, hey, I really need your help with, I want to be more like you. They're going to be like, okay. You know, this could be a very positive thing. And again, you need that accountability. My puppy's awake. On that note, I want to know what you guys have to say about Aubrey. Do you think that she should just embrace who she is? What do you think? What do you think about this? And when do you find yourself being fake on social? You know? It happens to the best of us. Is it when things are going really well in your life and you're just like, I'm gonna gas myself up? Or is it like when things aren't going very well? Who triggers you in terms of comparison? Celebrities? People you know? Tell me all about it. For more, click like and subscribe. Find me on Insta at ShallonXO. I'm gonna go check on Cowboy. See you later, Shalligators.